Alright, this afternoon, we'll be solving some examples of how to use Laplace transforms to find the solution of differential equations. Now, ang atong mga initial nga examples might be very simple and capable ang previous na nga methods to solve these ones. Pero itry gyapon nato ni sila og solve using Laplace transform para for us to build intuition on how to use Laplace transforms to solve differential equation. Okay. Isa po dahil kakuan, note that in order for us to solve differential equations with Laplace transform, dapat ang atong given DE kay na ay initial conditions. Okay? In terms of zero tanan. Or initial conditions at zero. Okay, kung dili, medyo na-challenge sa pag-solve sa DE. Okay? So, diha more mag-shine ang paggamit sa Laplace transform sa pag-solve sa DE kung na initial value conditions. So, again, to build intuition, let's solve simpler examples. Nga technically, kani pwede rin ma-solve og previous methods. No? Example number 1. Y prime minus 5y is equal to 0. Kani. So for sure makaya ra niyo linear nga method, no, sa first order. With initial condition y is equal to 2 when x is 0. Pwede ganin kuan, pangitaon ang root, no, linear man Pero using Laplace transform, the first step is to find the Laplace transform of all sides of the equation, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So, ato i-Laplace transform everything. So, the Laplace of y prime minus the Laplace of 5y is equal to the Laplace of 0. Of course, the Laplace of 0 is 0. Kani, constant times a function. We've learned before nga, pwede rin ipagawas ang constant. First property of Laplace transform. Now, first question siguro, good, based on the examples, what is the Laplace transform of a derivative? No? So, the first sa table, ang last na entry sa atong table is the Laplace transform of any derivative. In this case, if our function is derived to the nth order, no, so the Laplace transform of that is ang first entry or ang first element is s to the nth power. Kung say order sa atong differential equation. So, yeah, kung say order sa atong differential equation, mahulog. Times the Laplace of that function minus s to the power of n minus 1. No? Whatever is the order, minus 1. Now, notice, ang mga s is decreasing ang order. No? S to the n minus 1. Actually, ang next ani is s to the n minus 2. Up until s na lang mabilin. Then, dire is, technically, napaman ni siya s, dire, but s to the power of 0 is, of course, 1. So, that's why wala na s. So, ang s is decreasing. No? S is decreasing from the raised to the power of the order of the given differential equation or of the order of the derivative up until s to the power of 0. No? Ang derivative, ang first is the Laplace of the function. Next is that function at the first derivative. First derivative, this is just another dili pa ni first derivative kuan pa ni, no? Initial condition. Kani the first derivative, kani the second derivative. No? So on, so forth. Ang pag-derive sa atong function is increasing. So, kung medyo kuan pa ni, no, libog, tanawon, ang general notation magod ni for any differential equation or for any derivative. Now, not a shorthand for sum, no? Pwede natin ibutang daan dili. What is the Laplace transform of y prime? No? What is the Laplace transform of a first order differential or y prime? Okay, based on no? Equal to, ang first entry is s. S raised to what power? Depende kung saan order. Tungkol kay first order doon s to the power of 1 lang siya. Times the Laplace of y. Yan na lang. Minus, supposed to be na s the next, s. But 1 naman ang power dito sa first. So s to the power of 0, nabutan lang ako dito ha, s to the power of 1, s to the power of 0. So ang power sa s is decreasing. Ang atong y, ang first lang nga entry, meaning ang coefficient sa pinaka highest na s is the Laplace of y. Ang next na dayon is ang initial condition, no? Y at 0. Y at 0. Kung napan niyo mabilin, y prime na din sunod, no? So what sa example ana, I think ang next siguro nga derivative. So ato ni kuan, simplify. This is s times the Laplace of y minus s to the power of 0 is just 1. So y of 0, which is the initial value condition. What if the Laplace of a second derivative, y double prime? So first is s double prime, so s squared, copy lang ni, no? Ang permigid nga partner sa atong higher ordered s is just the Laplace of y or the Laplace of the dependent variable. Yan na lang. No? So, compare. No? Pareha sila. Patungkol kay first order ni, s na siya. Kani second order, s squared. Then, minus na tayo natanan. Minus, ang next sa s squared is s. So, dili na Laplace of y. Kani, the initial value condition, y of 0. Minus, nababa tayo next nga s? Yes, s to the power of 0. Times y prime of 0. So, muna ang the Laplace of a second derivative. Although, dili na common, but what if maka-encounter taog third order? So, what if the Laplace of the third order, y triple prime? So, actually, makuha naman na itong pattern. So, tungkol kay third order differential ni siya, s cubed Laplace of y minus s squared y of 0 minus s y prime of 0 minus y double prime 0. Sige, try to observe. Makuha niyo yung pattern sa Laplace sa differentials.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope so, no? So, dili na necessarily nga i-memorize na to ni. Kadugayan, ma-memorize na gyapon na to ni kay sa sige solve o DE using Laplace. Kadugayan, ma-memorize na ni siya. Pero this is just the actual implementation of this general na kuan, no? Kani shorthand na ni. Ato nang gipang simplify ang mga commonly used na Laplace differential. Y prime, y double prime, y triple prime. Pero ang iyang kuan gid ani is kanila, no? Sige. So ato lang tong i-translate tong atong na-learn dire, no? So meaning gamiton na to ni kani dire. So the Laplace of y prime is s Laplace of y minus y of 0. Wala lang. So this one is just this one. Minus 5 Laplace of y. Pag-aus lang ako ang 5. Is equal to, the Laplace of 0 is 0. Yan na. Now, combine like terms. Okay? And simplify. Next step is combine like terms and simplify. So, combine like terms, especially with regard to the Laplace of y. And simplify meaning substitute ang mga initial value conditions. So in this case, duha lang man ka terms ang naay Laplace of y. This one and that one. No? So makombine the Laplace of y times s minus 5. Ako ara kaning duha akong i-combine may mong iani. Ilang mga coefficients is s minus 5 man. Sakto? Next, simplify, meaning substitute all initial value conditions. What is y of 0? Given 2. So this is just minus 2. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So transpose na tong 2 to the other side. The Laplace of y times s minus 5 is equal to 2. Divide both sides by s minus 5. The Laplace of y is equal to 2 over s minus 5. So how do we solve for y? Next step is inverse Laplace transform. So ang notation sa inverse Laplace transform is just that one. The inverse of the Laplace of y is y. No? Makancel out na sila. And inverse of 2 over s minus 5. So the inverse Laplace of the Laplace is the function. No? So y lang na mabilin. Now, how do we solve for the inverse Laplace? Technically, we did not solve for the inverse of the Laplace. Refer lang sa table. So what does this look like? Kung saan siya nga klase ng Laplace based sa table?
Second nga function, sir.
This one?
Pangalawa, sir.
Oh, sir.
Kana exponential.
Oh, sir.
Diba? So, ang inverse Laplace is dili gina-solve but gina-refer lang sa table. No? You just compare. So, meaning ang final answer ani is constant maning 2. So, 2e to the power of a is positive 5, diba? S minus positive 5 man. So, e to the power of 5x. And that's the final answer. Takas kayo ba? Solve mo noon nato ni kung matamatahon lang. Diba? Matamata na to, makuha na to ang root ani, which is 5. So, supposed to be 5 unta ni siya. Where C1 is equal to 2. C1 is equal to 2. Okay? Sige. If na more question, try to raise it anytime lang ha, while we're solving. How about this one? No. Oh, required day. So, ang kalayan lang ni ganina is na ay dili na siya homogeneous. No? Non-homogeneous na. Naman tayo phi. So, first step is Laplace everything. Laplace of y prime minus 5 Laplace of y equal to the Laplace of e to the power of 5x. Ato na ni kopyahon tong atong na kuan ganina nakuhaan eh. No? Kasi man sa previous example earlier. Wala yung initial value. Kulang. Y of 0 is 0. Ano yung initial value? Okay. So, S y minus y0 minus 5 ly minus 5 Laplace of y. Yan kanimo wala ni. Kay 0 man ito initial value condition. This one, what is the Laplace of e to the power 5x? For that's a table. 1 over s minus a, where a is 5. So meaning, the Laplace of this one is 1 over s minus 5. Okay? Sige. This becomes simplified. Substitute ng IVC. Simplify nato the Laplace of y times s minus 5 is equal to 1 over s minus 5. Divide both sides by s minus 5. The Laplace of y is equal to 1 over s minus 5 squared. Sige. Next, inverse Laplace all sides. Y is equal to the inverse Laplace of 1 over s minus 5. So what's the Laplace of this one? Actually, naman tayo kung ano property. I think this is the second translation property or shifting property.
Take a sir.
Pero, napos sa table. Diba? Actually, maon eh. Asa to? Dala. I think maon eh siya, kani. In this case, what is our n? N is 1, di ba? Compare good ni. Where our n equal to 1, this is 1 factorial over S minus A 1 plus 1. No? So for this table, so meaning, iyahang inverse Laplace is this one. Kani, t to the power of n times e times at. So what is n? N is 1. In this case, our independent variable is x to the power of n. So x to the power of 1 times e to the power of at. A is positive 5, 5x. Or xe 5x. Question? Kanis na ni sa table. No. Question so far? If wala, sige, padahin ko ha. How about this one? Initial value, y is 1 when x is 0. Solve for y. Laplace everything. The Laplace of y prime plus the Laplace of y. Laplace of sine x. Kani is s Laplace of y minus y of 0 plus Laplace of y is equal to, what's the Laplace of sine x? A in this case is 1. Sine 1x man eh. So sine x is 1 over s squared plus 1. 1 over s squared plus 1. Sakto? The Laplace of sine x, where a is 1, is 1 over s squared plus 1. Sakto. Y of 0 is 1. So s Laplace of y minus 1 plus Laplace of y is equal to 1 over s squared plus 1. Transpose ning 1 to the other side. So, nanay plus 1 diha. So, simplify na to ang left-hand side. The Laplace of y times s plus 1 s and 1 is equal to 1 over s squared plus 1 plus 1. So far, okay pa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Divide all sides by s plus 1. This becomes the Laplace of y is equal to 1 over s plus 1 s squared plus 1 plus 1 over s plus 1. My next question. So, ang pag-solve ni? Gamit taog partial fraction decomposition. No. Kani kay malaplas mo na to ni. No. Kaya naman ni siya. I think kani ang lisod. No. Okay, kung inverse na to ni, ito inverse ha. I-inverse notation na to daan. The inverse of the Laplace of y is y is equal to the inverse of 1 over s plus 1 s squared plus 1 plus 1 over inverse s plus 1. Kani dali naman eh. No? The inverse of this one is just an exponential where a is negative 1. Kani ang dili, wala tayo Laplace, wala tayo direct nga inverse Laplace transform ani. So we need to perform partial fraction decomposition. No? Have you heard of this one before? Kasi nakadungog na partial fraction decomposition. Naba na sa inyong integral calculus?
Sa 86, sir.
86.
Sir.
Ba na siya? A differential, no? Calculus?
Yes, sir.
Sige. So, I think most of you has an idea na how to perform partial fraction. So, kani, based sa forms of partial fraction nga naa sa last slide na to. So, man siya nga partial fraction be. Partial fraction form, siguro ni. A 5. Okay. I think this becomes kanilang alone. Kanilang alone na itong partial fraction. No? Wala ni appeal. Kay directly naman ma-inverse Laplace later. So, this one lang. 1 over s plus 1 s squared plus 1. Okay. If ko masayop, this is a over s plus 1 plus bx plus c over s squared plus 1. Is this correct? Correct ba na nga pagka decompose?
Yes,
In
sir.
partial fraction? This is partial fraction expansion number 5. Nasa last slide na to. No? Sige. So, next step. Criss-cross. May tabuan eh. This is just equal to 1 equals a s squared plus 1 plus bx plus c s plus 1. Mo ning taas-taas lang gid nga part sa Laplace transform ang pag algebraically decompose sa partial fraction. So sige, follow na lang akong lead. 1 equal to a s squared plus a plus bxs plus bx plus cs plus c. I think this is correct. Combine ang mga coefficients sa s's. Ang sa s squared, isa lang is a. Sa s, bx plus c. C constants. A and bx and c. A plus bx plus c. Kung ato ning ikuan, ato ning parehason og form, this is s squared 0 plus s0 plus 1. This one being this one. Wala man tayo s squared ug s dire, so I think this is correct. Ako ninyo ang akong logic. How this one became this one. Para mas klaro later ang pag-equate bitaw sa mga coefficients. So copy lang yun sa other side. So A is equal to 0. Equate na to ang mga s squared nga coefficients. A is equal to 0. Bx plus c is equal to 0. And bx plus c is equal to 1. Because a is 0. And a is 0. So ato na lang i-simultaneously solve. Bx plus c equal to 0 and bx plus c is equal to 1. Sige daw. Calculator. Pwede lang po na ikuan. Kanang elimination method. Ba? Hindi lagi siya ma-solve. Maybe na ako yung na-overlook. Wait, habasin ako na limtan. Ay, sus, dili man din ni X. S day dapat ni. S. Tingnan ko na yung X. S. Usab. Gubot na. Muna ko niya. Mas muna ko partial fraction dire. Dili dapat ni X. S dapat ni. Okay, 1 is equal to katong ganina a s squared plus 1 plus bs plus c. S plus 1. A s squared plus a plus bs squared. Supposed to be there, no? Bs squared plus bs plus cs plus c. Kani, butangan lang nato og kuan, coefficient 0s squared plus 0s plus 1. Pareha. Equal to sa mga s squared, a plus b. A plus b s squared. Ang mga s is this one, b plus c plus b plus c s. Mga constants, a ug c. Equate the coefficients. A plus b is equal to 0. B plus z at b plus c is equal to 0. And a plus c is equal to 1. Sige, simultaneously solve these linear equations. Using your calculator, magawas nga a is equal to 1/2, b is negative 1/2, c is equal to 1/2. Meaning, substitute natin ibalik dito sa taas. A is 1/2, so 1/2 s plus 1 plus negative 1/2 s plus 1/2 s squared plus 1. Okay. Or pwede na ni itangtang si 1/2 na. And pwede na po ni ibulag. Kaniyo, minus s over s squared plus 1 plus 1 over s squared plus 1. So, kani, inverse Laplaceable na ni siya. So, balik ka sa atong original nga given. Asa man to? Nara. No? This one. So, kaning naka-underline na green, mauna ni siya. So, y daw, ako lang i-usbon ha, the inverse Laplace of the Laplace of y is equal to 1/2 inverse Laplace of each of these plus katong kaganina ito isa tara inverse Laplace of 1 over s plus 1. Supposed to be braces ni siya class dire. Di na siya parenthesis. Mamaya notation sa Laplace. So, okay naman na, minor naman na siya. Sige, what is the inverse of the Laplace of y? It's just y 1/2 kani unsa man ni siya? Kapara sila exponential, no? Dala. Where e is -1 because s minus -1 is s plus 1. Dala. So -1 na siya. E to the power of negative x minus kani unsa ni siya? Sine cosine kani
Cos, sir.
cosine where a is 1 squared is 1. So minus cos x plus kaning 1 over s squared plus 1 is plainly sine good sine x ni siya. Kani is the same ani e to the power of negative x. And this is the final answer. Wala na siya. Pwede pa man ni ma-add noon, no? So, pwede na siya final answer. Kung simplify pag yun, this becomes 1/2 plus 1 is 3/2 e to the power of negative x minus 1/2 cosine x plus 1/2 sine x. Pareha na eh. Questions so far? Okay pa so far?
Sir.
Okay pa? Kaya pa? Sige. Another one. So, ang kuan lang yung Laplace transform is procedural lagi kaya siya, the same as before. Balik lang procedure. But practice lang yun. No? Kailan naman yung problem? 4. How about this one? Second order, DE. Manotice niyo today, karon, no? Nga even if second order ni, ang complexity sa iyang solution is the same na katong sa first order, no? Unlike bitaw before atong conventional na mga methods, sa yun lang ang pag-solve sa first, order, mas lisod ang sa second order. Pero kani, kung sa to ka complex before, the same na gyapon. So, wala yung difference. Especially if maabot na to og third order, para lang. So, constant ang iyahang complexity sa solution. So, let's solve for y. Solution. So, the Laplace of y double prime. The Laplace of y double prime plus 4. The Laplace of y, the Laplace of 0 is 0. What is the Laplace of y double prime? Ato naman lang na-derive ganina. Nara, So, tungkol kay y double prime, it's always s squared. The same sila. Times, always coefficient sa s, sa highest nga s, is the Laplace of y. Minus initial value conditions. But wala pa man nahulot si s. Hapa na isa ka s. S squared minus s. Pinakaubos ng initial value. Minus, hulot na si s. S1 naman eh. S0. First initial value. Second initial value. Plus 4. Laplace of y, which is this one, equal to 0. Combine like terms. Laplace of y. S squared plus 4. Kani, this is 2. So, minus 2s. Kani is still 2. Minus 2. Equal to 0. Follow pa so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Next, the same gapon as before. Transpose it to the other side. This becomes, then divide by s squared plus 4. The Laplace of y is equal to 2s plus 2 over s squared plus 4. What will we do? Ibulag. No? Pwede sila ibulag. Kaning class ha, important siya nga note. No? It may be nga minor lang man ni siya. No? For a particular function, i-Laplace natin ni siya. It will produce a Laplace transform. No? And kung kanipod ang i-inverse Laplace, may possibility ang yang inverse Laplace is ang original function, of course. Pero naapoy possibility na lahi mo gawas, no? Another function. So, press ka niyo. No? Naiisa ka klase nga Laplace, inverse Laplace nga tumabuhat ani. But still, the same gap, ay correct gapon to. No? Lahi lang og form. Pero correct gapon. No? Pero sige lang, dili sana ako na siya i-reveal today. Maybe bala na ninyo na as you go along solving more examples. Pero ang best nga buhaton dire after ani nga particular example is ibulag ni silang duha, no? So the Laplace of y is equal to 2s over s squared plus 4 plus 2 over s squared plus 4. Yan na, no? Ready ni siya nga mahimong inverse sa isa ani sine, isa cosine. I think kani ang cosine, kani ang sine. Pero notice katong ganiha manggod, tong mga previous examples, na-timingan lang ta, nga 1, no? 1 ang numerator, 1 po si A. So, dali ra ang pag-inverse Laplace. Actually, kanina, the same naman gyapon, pero ay lang ninyo kalimti, no? Kani, this becomes 2 squared, no? Para inverse Laplace readily later. So, the Laplace of y. So, kani, ni siya, kung inverse na to, 2, kapag dala man ni mapagawas ang constant. 2, the inverse Laplace of s over s squared plus 2 squared. Kapikas plus. Now, dili na to yung ipagawas kay this is the A man. Kani mani siya. Siya man ang A. So, di na ito na ipagawas. Unlike kaning ganina, pwede na ito siya ipagawas kay constant man siya ang coefficient. Kani part man siya sa i-inverse Laplace, no? So, inverse Laplace of 2 over s squared plus 2 squared, which makes our A be equal to 2. Para iyang inverse Laplace transform, or I mean, iyang final answer is, sama na siya, 2 cosine 2x. 2 cos 2x plus sine 2x. Plus sine 2x, no? Notice, dili niya ni coefficient, no? Kuha ninyo, part magod ni siya sa i-inverse na to. Part siya. Kaya mo ni si A. Ang inverse Laplace sa sine is A over s squared plus a squared man. Whereas ang inverse Laplace sa cosine is s. S lang numerator. That's why pwede na natin ipagawas ng isa. Okay? Final answer. Sige, ako ikon ha. Review ang process. First, find the Laplace transform of everything. Next, substitute initial value conditions. Combine like terms, especially the Laplace of y. And then transpose. Divide ang coefficient sa Laplace of y. Kung dili ganin ni directly og Laplace transform, ipangitaon na iyang partial fraction decomposition ay inverse Laplace. So muna na ang process for Laplace transform or for solving the differential equation using Laplace transform. Sige, seatwork data, seatwork. Okay, medyo challenging ni siya, pero the same naman gapon. Y double prime minus 3y prime plus 4y is equal to 0. homogeneous gapon. Where y0 is equal to 1 and y prime 0 is equal to 5. Sige. Sit work for the next 15 minutes. Sige, pwede na mo mag-exit sa gamay para at least makakonserve mong data. Be back by 2:50. Sige. It's 2:35 exactly sa akong relo. So, be back by 2:50. Okay, 15 minutes.